You've heard of hedge funds. You know they make billions, but what if I told you the real story isn't just about money? It's about power, influence, control over a system most of us don't even realize we're trapped inside. Behind every stock trade, every market move, there's an invisible empire pulling the strings. And at the top sits a man you may have never met, but who might control more of your financial life than you do. His name is Ken Griffin. His fortress is called Citadel. And what you're about to see is how hedge funds like his don't just play the markets, they engineer them. They win, even when you think you're winning. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at the stock market the same way again. Chapter 1. The dorm room that shook Wall Street. It began with a dish on a roof and a boy with a phone. In 1987, Harvard University, Ken Griffin, 19 years old, wires a satellite dish to his dorm. While most students crammed for midterms, Griffin wired into Wall Street. The markets crashed on Black Monday. Panic rippled across the globe. Griffin, calm, collected. Armed with $265,000 from family and friends, he traded convertible bonds. As the world burned, Griffin made money. That moment sparked something deeper than profit, an obsession with speed, data, and control. It was never just about making trades, it was about staying 3 steps ahead of everyone else. Chapter 2. Hedge funds. The shadow armies of finance. To understand Ken Griffin, you have to understand the weapon he chose. The hedge fund. Not a bank, not a mutual fund. A hedge fund is a private war machine. While your retirement fund plays by the rules, hedge funds break them. They short sell companies, bet against currencies, leverage billions on a whim. Their single mission: absolute returns. Up or down, bull or bear, always profit. They don't just hedge risk, they manufacture it. They manipulate it. They feed on volatility, and in chaos, they thrive. Griffin understood this better than most. By 1990, at just 22, he launched Citadel with $4.6 million. The name wasn't just catchy, it was philosophy, a fortress against market uncertainty. Citadel wasn't built to survive the game, it was built to master it. Chapter 3. The Citadel Playbook. How to print money from thin air. Citadel doesn't bet on one thing, it bets on everything, all at once. While the rest of us sleep, Citadel's machines never blink. It deploys an arsenal of strategies: statistical arbitrage, finding microscopic price inefficiencies millions of times a day, a penny here, a penny there, multiplied by billions. Global macro, betting on oil, currencies, and interest rates as nations rise and fall, event-driven. Pouncing on mergers, bankruptcies, scandals, predicting outcomes before CEOs can send their press release. Market making. Citadel doesn't just trade, it facilitates trades. Through Citadel Securities, it executes over 40% of U.S. retail trades every time you buy or sell in stock market. Forex, even crypto. Citadel is likely in the middle, quietly pocketing the spread between what you're willing to pay and what someone's willing to sell. Citadel isn't a fund. It's a global casino where it runs the tables, shuffles the deck, and deals the cards. Chapter 4. The Cult of Griffin. Building an empire of minds. Ken Griffin's real secret weapon isn't just algorithms, it's people, the sharpest, most cutthroat minds on Earth. He hires PhDs, physicists, mathematicians, and pits them against each other in a brutal meritocracy. Performance is tracked relentlessly. Winners are rewarded with tens of millions. Losers are discarded. Inside Citadel, competition is oxygen. Griffin once said, "The minute you stop learning is the minute you start dying." This culture, though ruthless, works. Citadel doesn't just survive crisis, it grows stronger. In 2008, when the world crumbled, Citadel lost 55% and didn't fold. Griffin locked investors in, stabilized positions, and clawed back to profitability. It wasn't luck. It was engineering of people, data, and risk. Chapter 5. The Hidden Toll Booth. How Citadel Profits from You. Citadel doesn't just play the markets. It owns the roads. Through payment for order flow, brokers like Robinhood route their customer trades to Citadel. Citadel executes them, not out of kindness, but because it profits from the spread. Fractions of a cent on every transaction, scaled billions of times. Retail traders think they're playing for free. But in reality, every trade passes through Citadel's toll booth. Invisible, automatic, relentless. Critics argue it creates a conflict of interest. Griffin argues it improves prices for traders. Regardless of who's right, the profits speak louder than words. By standing between buyers and sellers, Citadel doesn't just make money, it taxes liquidity itself. Chapter 6. GameStop when the empire was challenged. January 2021. Reddit traders launch an uprising. GameStop stock explodes. Hedge funds like Melvin Capital bleed billions from short bets. And who steps in to bail them out? Citadel, with a $2.75 billion lifeline. To many retail traders, this confirmed their worst fears. Citadel was the referee, the player, and the bank, all at once. Accusations flew. Griffin was dragged before Congress. He denied influencing trading halts. The headlines blared. The empire had been dragged into the light. But here's the twist. Citadel didn't fall. It made billions that year. The rebellion faded. The fortress stood taller than ever. Conclusion. The game is the game. We might never know who was right or wrong, Citadel or the retail traders. Was it fair play? Was it manipulation? The answers blur and shift. But here's what's undeniable. This game isn't about morality, it's about winning. Ken Griffin understood this from day one. In finance, it doesn't matter who's right, it matters who's rich. And when the dust settles, there's only one scoreboard that counts: who wins and who loses. And Griffin, he built the board, wrote the rules, and still holds the dice. The rest of us, we're just hoping to stay in the game. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found value in this video and learned something new, give it a thumbs up, twice if you did. It helps us reach more people who are eager to learn and take charge of their financial future. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.